Worst Hard Rock Player, also known as Forum, is one of, if not the best aim control player in OSU. And as a player, in the past year, Worst Hard Rock Player has had one of the best improvements as a player that I've seen in a while. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of the scores that Worst Hard Rock Player has set recently. And these scores are scores that I didn't think would be set anytime soon, if I'm going to be honest, or at all. But then again, I guess everything must be FC'd eventually. And these scores that I'm going to be talking about today are purely Worst Hard Rock Player maps when you think about it. When you think about these maps and people potentially FCing it, you definitely think of Worst Hard Rock Player at first. If not first, you definitely think of him at some point. Now, for the first score I want to talk about, it is the loved map 666 by RoughSketch, the top diff to be exact. And Worst Hard Rock Player has gotten the first FC on this map, which is crazy to think because a while ago when this map first became loved, it became really popular for being a really difficult aim control map, especially the ending. The ending was probably one of the most difficult parts of the map, with having one of the most difficult patterns. And I'm pretty sure we all remember WHITECAT's God mode on the ending. And we all thought that was insane. And sometime later, we finally have the first FC on it, and it's done by none other than Worst Hard Rock Player. And this score shows just how impressive Worst Hard Rock Player's aim control and flow aim is. Some of the scores Worst Hard Rock Player sets genuinely make your mind like think, how is this even possible? Like, how can someone be so good at aim control? But he does it somehow. And just take a look at this ending that he hit. Now, I don't know about you, but that is so impressive to hit that ending. And if you thought that was impressive, then let me tell you, he does something even more impressive. He then goes on to choke the same exact map with Hard Rock, with actually even better AC, but 2 missing on the final pattern of the map, which is crazy to me because he basically hit the most difficult part of the map and then missed on the final pattern, which the final pattern is difficult in itself, but in my opinion, he hit the most difficult pattern. But let me just roll the clip of the ending with Hard Rock that he did, and I'll let it speak for itself. And just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, he made it crazier, and he did it even better. Like, at this rate, there is no person better than Worst Hard Rock Player at these types of maps. The only people in my mind that come close to this level of aim control are players such as Flying Tuna and MREC. And even then, Worst Hard Rock Player is just leagues above these players. And he proves that in almost all of his gameplay. Now, if you thought these scores were really impressive, then the next score is gonna blow your mind because nobody was prepared for this score that he set. Now, the map that he set the score on is a very infamously difficult map. The map being none other than Miss Magius's tool-assisted Speedcore. Now, what did Worst Hard Rock Player set on this? Maybe a sub 20 miss? Maybe a sub 10 miss? Sub 5 miss? No, he set a 3 miss with 99.37% AC, getting number 1 on the map. And the misses that he got are genuinely shit misses. So he could have potentially have been the first FC on tool assisted Speedcore, which, let that sink in. Just a few years ago, we watched players such as WHITECAT and VAXEI attempt this map and were blown away by their runs on this. And out of nowhere, Worst Hard Rock Player comes and just demolishes all of those scores with setting the lowest miss count and the highest AC ever on the map by a good amount. I believe by over 2 to 3% better. And he hit some of the hardest patterns in the map. So let me play some of the clips of this score and I'll let you guys see this masterpiece of a score. And in my honest opinion, this might be up for score of the year in terms of just impressiveness. This is definitely one of the best scores that we've seen or had this year, aside from some obvious scores such as PP records. But aside from those, this score right here is one of the most impressive scores I've seen this year. And I'm excited to see what Worst Hard Rock Player is gonna do in OWC this year, because last year his OWC performance was insane, where he FC'd some of the hardest maps in OWC, such as Blue Zenith and Burning Star. So if you weren't already a Worst Hard Rock Player fan, then I'm gonna assume that you're probably one now with these scores that he set, because I would be. These scores are genuinely so impressive and worth all of the hype that they're getting. And I want to give it even more hype because Worst Hard Rock Player deserves it for improving so much in the past year. If you look back at Worst Hard Rock Player a year ago, he was still a really good player, but he's improved so much. And the scores speak for themselves. If you just go to his channel, you can see all of the scores that he set this year, and all of them are insane aim control, high star, high BPM maps, as well as some really impressive low AR scores, because let's not forget, he's really good at reading low AR. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for Worst Hard Rock Player, especially in OWC. So good luck to him, and I hope to see some really good scores from him in the future. But that's gonna be all for this video, so thank you so much for watching to the end. If you did, I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because I really would like to hit 1K subs by the end of the year. Since I'm decently close to hitting it, I believe I'm about 500 subs away. So I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a sub to help out, and thank you so much. That's all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your nights, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.